Boy, that air sure blows out of those vents at a high rate when you have it cranked. So I think it's got more than enough juice to cool off the whole unit, even on the hottest of days. Hey, thanks for checking out the 48 panel. Unbelievable truck built by the Adult Toy Store. Is it the Adult Toy Store in Las Cruces, New Mexico? You know, they're known for doing really amazing builds. This car is estimated somewhere between $180,000 and $200,000 spent on it, with an enormous amount of body modifications and performance upgrades. You can read most of that in the description. So it really is truly an amazing car. It was done about a decade ago. It's been stored indoors. It's been used lightly. It has about 2,000 miles on it since its completion. Complete nut bolt, everything was done on this car. Make sure you get through the slideshows and all the photos and everything else. So I want to point out a bunch of things on this car. First off, the front end is highly custom. If you compare that to any other front end on any 48 online, you'll see what went into engineering that front end to look the way it does. Same with the roof. I mean, it's been chopped, and it was very, it was done very high quality. And we have a lot of detailed photos showing the dimensions, how much it was cut, where it was cut, the weld seams, and everything else. Of course, it has the Corvette LS-1 in here that you can see in the other video. The car runs beautifully. Everything was rebuilt completely. Air conditioning just loaded to the gills. Beautifully set up. The car does have some flaws because of the time that that has elapsed since it's been done, and I want to point those out. This panel here has shown some stress marks and some cracking, so that's something a new owner may want to pull out and have chrome plated, or just it could be painted black, or it could be reshot the color that it is, whatever you want to do. And I wanted to point out a couple of paint flaws. There's not much here. That's not a scratch, that's dust. A little dusty over at my shop here. But I'm going to point out the paint flaws because I want you to see these so you know that they're here. I'm not sure they even merit fixing. This is going to be your call. So you have a couple of bubbles that have come through on the hood where you've had delamination, where the paint is letting go of the body. And that's in just a few spots up here on the hood. Very hard to see, but they are there, and I want you to know about those. I wanted to show you that along the seam line, most of the seams are really clean, but we got a little bubble right there. We got another one right there. The rest of the side on this side looks good. I'm not seeing anything. This is painted on in such a way where it could just be color sanded off and polished. This whole logo. It was done, you know, with that in mind, so that somebody could do that and get rid of it later if they didn't want it. You got a little bit of a scratch right there that could be hand touched up when the paint is out to do the other. And then on this side you have a little bubble right there. You can just kind of see that. You got another one here. As you can see, the rest of the seam is super clean. The fender rounded areas are super clean, but we have a little bit right there. And then through this area for about 12 inches, you've got some delaminating going on right there. And as we get up here by the mirror, there's some right in this little area right here that you can sort of see. So be aware of that. The color is a coded color. It's, I believe it's called Hawaiian Orchid. We have all the codes. It's base coat, clear coat. It was, I believe, DuPont. So it is all repairable, but just be aware of it. You may not even want to mess with it. It probably doesn't matter. You have to really get close up on the car to see it. And it's taken 10 years for this stuff to show up. So to that end, be aware. Some cool things here. The doors are all have interior buttons, or you can just hit the remote to open the door. And And then this black button down here on the left and on the right, those are to pop the doors from the inside and open them. And then you can see over here, there's behind the seat belt, there's a latch for the rear door to open from the back of the car. There's another one over here, but we're missing the plate. We will see if we can find that and include it with the car. If we have it, we will. The rear seat's super comfortable. It takes 4 bolts to remove that platform and make the back so that you can use it completely for cargo if you like. All of the interior lights to the back of the car, those are all individually switched. They're not tied into the door switches. All right, then another cool feature in here. Oh, and by the way, that was $18,000 to buy 11 hides from England to do the interior. This is the best leather made. There's not a stitch of vinyl anywhere in this car. Everything you see is leather, and it's the best leather you can possibly buy. Now, when you get onto the remote here, you can also control the windows going up and down, which will probably move a little faster if the car is running. But there you go. And I want to point this out too. This Dutch door combination at the back of the car, extremely expensive and complicated to engineer and fabricate this, but it's great. You push the button, the hatch opens. Now inside here, under this cover, which is just a removable cover right at the top, you can see the screws in it. It has hydraulic lifts, just common lifts that you can buy at any auto parts store. Those do need to be replaced. They're 10 years old now, and with those replaced, the door won't hang at about this level. It'll just pop all the way open to here and stay. Okay, the Dutch doors, to open those, you come in here, you push this button, and you pull this door open, and then this one opens as well. The battery and the speaker for the stereo are inside of this panel, or the rear speaker on the right, and then we got one on the left. And you can see that the work that's gone into the detail on this interior is, it's something else. So underneath the license plate, if you look at the photos, I have a shot of it. The license plate adapter, the license plate itself, the entire thing, you pull a pin out underneath, you pull that out, and then there's a boxed trailer hitch adapter right behind that. So the car is totally set up for towing. The taillights, as you can probably guess, are early 90s to mid 90s Cadillac DeVille. And just truly a super, super amazing panel here. I've never seen anything like it, and I've certainly never driven a custom truck that drives this beautifully. It was engineered to be a road car, and it just gets on the road. It's very quiet, very smooth, handles beautifully, tons and tons of power. So there you go. If you have any other questions, feel free to give me a call, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.